This clip's brought to you by ServiceNow. AI is only as powerful as the platform it's built on. With the ServiceNow AI platform, your AI, data, and workflows all work together, connecting every corner of your business. To see how you can put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com/AI-agents. Someone who could just break winners off without looking like he was swinging too hard, like that's another skill. Like if I was going to go after a backhand, it looked like I was going after a backhand.
You can tell.
Right? Like you can tell it's like, oh,
he's like something about it, like there's a little bit more of a turn.
There's like a load, but you like awkwardly swing through because you're not, their technique isn't good enough just to time it. Someone who could do that, like just cold cock winners, and he had a like sneaky good record against like Roger and Rafa, was Nalbandian.
Oh yes, thank you. I was wondering when that name was going to come up.
Yeah. He was nasty.
Yeah.
Now he was streakier. Like I played him, in the finals of Canada one time, and I don't think he made 2 balls all day. But then you play him like I almost lost him at the Open the year I won too. But then you would play him like one year, I think it was at Bear C. He won World Tour finals. He got on this like heater where he beat Roger and Rafa back to back, like 2-2 and 2-3.
Yeah, that's
like,
right. He beat both of them.
Like
that's right.
maybe not the best backhand of all time, but I'm saying for that 3 week that 3 week pocket. I don't know that I've seen someone hit it better.
But he's one of those guys that when you talk to anybody about David Nalbandian, the first thing they think is either ball striking or backhand. Yeah. Like anybody, it's like, oh, the backhand. It's the first thing, the backhand. The backhand is a joke.
But I think people are lazy in their opinion sometimes. I think that is absolutely correct with Nalbandian. Mm-hmm. Like his backhand was so good.
Yeah.
And I remember, as a side tangent, I remember going to play, I made like the U.S. team. I was the double specialist on the U.S. team, like 14 and under is like basically the Davis Cup World Championships in Japan. And at that point, you don't know, like you're the best in Florida, you're one of the best top in the country.
Now you're getting exposed to.
But you don't know what the rest of Earth looks like. And I remember walking in, I get goosebumps like talking, like
you can see it.
Like I remember walking in and going, oh shit. The first 2 people I saw was this little guy from Argentina playing this other guy from Argentina. It was Coria and Nalbandian.
Guillermo Coria, jeez.
And I go, I should quit tennis now.
I got to compete with this. And too, as a kid, too, at like 14.
You know how
like
good those guys were. Coria almost won the French Open at 5'9". Nalbandian almost won majors. Like he was finals of Wimbledon at not much taller. And not like over these two, I'm going, I will never make it in this game. First 2 guys I saw, and they were probably the best 2 in the world at that time, but it was like, his backhand looked the exact same. No adjustments made from 12, 13, whatever he was on. It was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Probably the best backhand of all time. I think one of 2 people, Novak. The superpower. He can hit all of them. Pace, rally, all the things we say about Leighton. Novak can rally like that. He can control the ball flight like that. He is the best of all time at switching directions with margin.
Yes.
Switching directions where it doesn't feel like he's taking added risk.
What did Rafa say when you talked to him? Ball control? Ball control?
Yeah.
He's the best I've ever seen in ball control. Like literally he could just put it like, I'm going to put it there, I'm going to put it there. But Leighton's was interesting because it was so flat and the ball almost had this kind of like sail on it. Novak's pure in it. Like it's very technically sound. It's got spin. If he needs to kind of shorten it up and bun it, he can, but he doesn't. He kind of takes full swings each time.
Also, like as the game progresses, like hopefully I was effusive enough about how much respect I have for Leighton. Leighton was 5'10".
Yeah.
Imagine Rafa going in there and he can get it up and away and out of the zone.
Tough.
Novak's 6'4".
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, similar to how Rafa changed everything as far as Roger's slice, like the rest of us chuckers who were trying to beat Roger couldn't do anything off of his chip.
With the slice.
Like
just
maybe
the one guy. He changed it.
Maybe forehand every once in a while. But yeah, Rafa comes along and starts eating slices. Well, who starts eating like we talked about the one on the forehands list
yes.
where Rafa's forehand to your back in the stock rally you just can't get out of. The first guy that could ever get out of that consistently was Novak.
Yep.
Ball control. The ability to switch directions, which inevitably allows you to find the pattern you want more often, right? Like I couldn't hit topspin line off of a high ball, right? I was going to chip. I was going to try to do something. But like I took on way more risk, 20 or 30% more risk if I wanted to go line.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Novak, maybe the differential's 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
Right? The ability to switch directions without adding risk, I think Novak is the all-time master at that, and especially off of that side. And he has the thing with Murray, like when he's stretching on returns. He has that Gumby effect where he can fight one more ball and do all that. But for my money, I don't know who's better.
And he started what I think. There have been other guys who do it specifically on clay. I know Rafa's always been good at sliding to his backhand side on that right leg. But in terms of doing it on a hard court and doing it on a grass court, on other surfaces, Novak was the first that I saw who could consistently measure their steps and run into a sliding into the backhand. And now we're seeing it become more commonplace now. But at the time when Novak, ascending in 2011, 2012, he was kind of the first guy on hard court that you would go out there and would go with the left leg and was hitting it and still on balance enough to recover back into the court. So it's almost, I talk about it with Jannik all the time, and we'll get into it later, but it's like having two forehands because that ability to load on this leg is just the same as loading on this leg.
Left
versus right. And Novak was the first one that I saw it on clay. I even go back and watch some old video. Safin was doing it on clay in the early 2000s. So there were guys who were doing it, not on a hard court, not on all surfaces, not against every opponent. And that was Novak.
That's one thing that, like, how has the game changed over the last 20 years? 05, Marty was talented. He could hit an open stance backhand. But seeing guys just grind into that corner, left leg, open stance, that wasn't something that happened every day.
Right.
Right. And now it seems like it happens every day in every match, maybe. It's again, but you have Novak setting it. That's why tennis is always going to be better.
Always.
James has this thing where he says, and people get all pissed. And it's, James, the Harvard, this is absolute. This is, I don't know. It's just the way it is. He goes, whoever's number one in the world at the time is the best player of all time. He goes, maybe not the best career of all time, but
the best tennis player.
We are going to be better, and they're going to be better in 20 years than they are now, no matter how good the guys are now. Is basically the point.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's dumb. And then I thought about it. I'm like, that's pretty smart. That's pretty good. A couple of one-handers that I need to get into this equation before Andre's going to be the last one that I end on, because his ability to create speed off that side is maybe unparalleled. Edberg was an absolute. I got to think he would tell you that forehand wasn't the one. Maybe the best net mover along with Mac that I've ever seen.
Man, I was watching some old video of Edberg a couple months ago. I was like, dude, he would get to the net inside the service line in 2 steps. He'd be 2 feet behind the baseline and then just 1-2
is a joke
on the service line.
He looked like he could literally win a match in DC and then go perform at the ballet later that night. He was just unbelievable. The kick serve was the big nasty one. He changed a lot of the stuff.
And he managed to. He did what he could on the forehand to get in.
Well, he shove it to spot,
shove it line, run in.
Well, you're also getting help from the court then.
That's
so
true.
if you shove it, if you can just find depth in your Edberg, he did what he had to do on the forehand.
Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know if it was during our interview or if it's just one of the many nights we've had over beers, but Andre saying I'm telling you. I could lean into a backhand, and there's people I can count on one hand where I was stressed even if I firmed one up.
And Edberg was one.
Edberg would flow and just open it up, and he would almost, the back leg would almost go around like a door opening.
Yeah.
It just swing through. He goes, that guy could just cold cock.
Really?
He goes, he would chipping, he goes, I had to find space here. He goes, similar to your point, he's forehand looked terrible, couldn't hit topspin if you paid him $1 right now. But he would shove it. But if he went backhand, he would almost bait. You know how Pete would kind of bait you into the forehand? Yeah. He said this guy would just rip City open up. So maybe not the best backhand of all time, but needs to be mentioned with one-handers and
sure.
Wawrinka would just cold cock backhand winners.
Yeah.
He said Edberg had that ability. Big, spinny, first Lux backhand.
Yes.
Where it's you grab it and you leave one hanging. It used to be you leave one hanging to the forehand side, guys were going to damage you. This guy is one of the first guys I remember on clay where you leave one hanging to either side. Coco Gauff's backhand, when he had time, you could rush it. Yep. I played him twice when he was number one in the world in 2001. One lost, one Canada and Cincy. But he had the ability also, he would be leaning back.
He would throw it up.
He would be leaning back and you'd be okay, he's going to flip one.
Yeah.
And it would have the same trajectory as flipping one, but it was way faster.
Really?
Where you were oh God, it presented the same way off the racket, but you're that's getting there in a hurry, and it's jumping up and away. Guga was, and he could unload line. Andre would be in there on the backhand side, and he would just open up the shoulders line. Guga's backhand was a joke. Tommy Haas's backhand was a joke.
Yeah.
And he could return with the chip. He could firm up, you could go 137, and he could firm it up. and he could flatten it out. He could throw it up in the air. Andre Agassi created more speed off of a dead ball off that side than should be humanly possible. His backhand is, I think it's there with Novak as the two best ever.
Yep. Yeah, you hit them all. You had a nice long list. It's a nice long five.
That was a lot.
It's a lot.
That's
That's a lot of honorable mentions and like asterisks.
My top 5 list was 12.
He's trying to get some Christmas
Whatever,
cards
it's my
next
show.
year.
Sue me.